So this is my 2024 Toyota Tacoma. This is the bronze oxide color. It is sitting on RW wheels. RS2 is the model. These are the 37-inch MT tires, and it's currently sitting on some King shocks. There's really not much done to this one except for the up top Overland Zulu roof rack, which we have color matched with the bronze oxide. And in the bed, we have the brand new bed stiffeners. So this is a two-piece design. The main piece, which is kind of like the backbone of it, will sit against the bedside, and then on the front you will see a gunmetal stainless steel piece that has a couple holes, so it'll allow you to use it to strap things down, and if you do end up scratching it, it will not rust, being that it is stainless steel. And then on the very top here we have a little Easter egg of the R4T mountain that we have in our logo. And then on the very bottom, you will also still be able to utilize your D-ring, the same as factory, and it'll still rotate all the way around without contacting the bed stiffener at all. And this utilizes both factory bolts, and on the top you will get two longer bolts, being that it will require that to be able to catch the thread on the back side of that. What's up guys, this is Twan with R4T. We are going to be showing a brand new bed stiffener for the 24 Toyota Tacoma. These bed stiffeners are going to be the first ones that do not require any drilling into your bed, and they will use all factory hardware, and they also run the full height of your bed going from the top all the way to the bed. So with this bed stiffener, we actually have partnered up with up top Overland on it, which is why you will see the U on the very top of the bed stiffeners. So this here is the bed stiffener. Just like the 3rd gen Tacoma, the bed is made out of composite material, making this bed not very strong. So what we have found out in the 3rd gen is that the bed stiffener helps out tremendously. So that's exactly what we're gonna do here. And like I said, we have partnered up with up top Overland on this product, so there is the up top Overland U logo right there. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to show you guys how to fully install this on the bed. Let's go over what is going to be in the kit and what you will need to do the install. You're going to get some longer or taller spacers. It's going to be a shorter spacer, short bolts, and then longer bolts with washers. The longer ones are going to replace this hardware up here on the top side of the bed stiffener. So we're going to pull those 10 millimeters out and replace those later. And then these shorter ones are going to be going on the bed stiffener themselves to attach this outer piece, which is stainless steel, to the main bed stiffener piece. And then the spacers will go right behind the longer bolts that are going to replace these guys up here. Now for tools, we're going to need a 10 millimeter, a 4 millimeter Allen head, a T55 Torx bit, and then a T40 Torx bit. When you get the bed stiffeners, this is how they will come. They will be two separate pieces. The main piece have PEM nuts in them, so that way you can attach your outer piece to that one. So this one just adds some styling and some strength to it, and this piece is stainless steel, so if you do end up using these tie down points with a metal like hook or something, even if you scratch it, this will not rust. So the very first thing we need to do is basically just line this up like so. Then we're going to grab our shorter hardware. All you will need to do is just start these bolts on all these holes and then tighten them down. Once you have all of the bolts started, you can use a driver to drive them in, or just use a ratchet. We're not going to send them in all the way, but just snug them down and then we're going to tighten it with a ratchet just to make sure that we're not over tightening it or under. Next step, we are going to be removing some factory hardware. So this D-ring, this big hex bolt or Torx bolt, and then the two 10 millimeters on top. We're going to start with the 10 on top. Once we have those out, we can then swap our tools over. Then we're going to start with the D-ring, which is a T40. If it is the first time you are pulling these out, they might be tougher to come out, so if you need to use a bigger ratchet, I would recommend doing that, and then going to your driver. Then we have the big T55 Torx. Once we have those two out, you can then bring in your bed stiffener. So this is, like I said before, a non-drilling or optional drilling if you would like to, since it uses all factory hardware. So with the D-ring, you will have the spacers, retainers, and all this silver hardware at the bottom of it. You're going to pull it all off. All you will want left over is basically just the D-ring and the bolt itself to put back in. We are going to start with the D-ring where we took it out of. Get that started. Then we can put in the big T55 Torx bolt, and then on top we're going to utilize the factory holes. The smaller spacer is going to go in the back and then start it like so. And then on the rearmost side, you're going to get the taller spacer back here, catch that through the bolt, and then into the factory hole, just like so. Once you have everything loosely started, you can now tighten everything down completely. And then if you wanted to, before tightening everything down, I would mark these holes and drill into the bed and then mount those through the backside, which you would then have to take off the tail light and then install the other optional hardware. But this is an optional step. These 4 fixed mounting locations are going to be plenty of strength to secure this, because most of the time your bed is going to be flexing from left to right, not really back and forth. So this is going to be plenty of strength. But if you feel like you have a ton of weight on your bed sides, then that is when you would need to install and drill through the bed. We are first going to tighten the bottom bolts, starting with this T40. Now you can tighten everything down. Once you have the 2 bottom bolts tightened, then you can tighten the top bolts. Then make sure to go back to fully tighten them with a ratchet, just to make sure you don't over tighten them or under. That will be it, really. That is super simple, no drilling. You don't have to take off the tail light or do anything like that. And of course your tailgate still closes all the way. All right guys, that is going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you like the new bed stiffeners. We're going to be also making them for the 3rd gen Tacoma and the Tundras as well. So be on the lookout for that if you have one of the other vehicles. And we'll see you guys next time.